Repair Clinic makes fixing things easy, with millions of replacement parts available on our website and the help you need to do the repair yourself. Since we encourage you to perform this procedure safely, a warning icon will appear when you should use caution. For many electric downdraft cooktop repairs, you will need to disassemble the appliance. Before you attempt this, be sure to shut off the power supply to the junction box. If you need to replace the blower assembly, first detach the venting from the blower. Use a 1/4-inch socket or nut driver to unthread the 2 screws, securing the blower assembly junction box. Reach into the box and disconnect the wire connector. Next, use needle nose pliers or a flathead screwdriver to help depress the retaining tabs to release the power cable strain relief. Use a Phillips-head screwdriver to unthread the 2 screws to release the plenum access panel. Support the blower assembly and use a 3/8-inch socket or nut driver to fully unthread 3 of the 4 locking nuts from the blower mounting studs. Remove the 3 nuts and washers, then loosen the 4th nut. You can now fully detach the old blower assembly. Before you install the new blower assembly, remove any protective caps from the mounting studs. It may be helpful to slide one of the washers over a stud, then thread a locking nut loosely before aligning the blower assembly. Align the assembly on the plenum so the blower outlet faces the appropriate direction to line up with the venting. Slide the remaining 3 washers over the mounting studs, then thread on the locking nuts and hand tighten. Avoid fully tightening the nuts at this time. Feed the power cable connector through the junction box and snap the strain relief into place. Connect the wire connector. Reposition the junction box on the cooktop base and secure it with the screws. Rotate the blower as necessary to align it with the vent, then attach the venting. With the venting attached, you can now tighten the locking nuts. Replace the plenum access cover and secure it with the screws. To access components under the main top, you will need to fully uninstall the cooktop. To do this, first unthread the screws securing the junction box cover and remove the cover. Confirm that the power supply is shut off, then untwist the wire nuts to disconnect the power and grounding wires. Loosen the conduit connector screw or screws, then remove the conduit cable from the junction box. Detach the venting from the blower. Lift off the vent grill. Now have an assistant help you to lift the appliance out of the countertop and set it on a sturdy surface. You will need to support the right side of the cooktop. Remove all 5 control knobs. You can use string or wire to help lift the knobs off of the switch stems. Use a 1/4-inch socket or nut driver to unthread the 10 screws, securing the main top to the cooktop base. Lift off the top to access the surface elements and control housing. To replace an element, note the position of the element's spring clips, then detach the element from the support rail. Note the orientation of the wires connected to the element, then disconnect them. Prepare the new surface element for installation by first transferring the spring clips from the old element to the new one. Use the numbers engraved on the base to position the clips in the proper locations. Transfer the insulating tape as well from the old element terminal block to the new one. Connect the wires to the appropriate terminals. Insert the clips into the slots in the support rail and snap the new element into place. The fan and element switches are located in the control housing. To reach them, detach the right side surface elements and move them out of the way. Next, unthread the 6 screws securing the control housing to the base. You can now use a Phillips-head screwdriver to unthread the 2 screws, securing the switch you're replacing. The element switches are usually color-coded to help clarify their locations in the control housing. Note the orientation of the wires connected to the old switch, then disconnect them. Prepare the new surface element switch for installation by transferring the cover seal from the old switch to the new one. Now connect the wires to the appropriate terminals on the new switch. Align the switch in the housing and replace the screws to secure. Reposition the housing, then thread and tighten the 6 screws. Reposition the right side surface elements. Continue the reassembly by repositioning the main top on the cooktop base. Thread and tighten the 10 screws to secure. Realign the control knobs on the switch stems and push them into place. Return the cooktop to the cabinet and center it in the cutout space of the countertop. Replace the vent grill. Attach the venting to the blower. Feed the conduit cable through the connector into the junction box. Tighten the screw or screws to secure the conduit. Join the black wires together and secure them with a wire nut. Do the same to secure the two red wires together and the two white wires. If your junction box has a 4-wire power supply line, join the green or bare grounding wire or wires to the bare grounding wire from the cooktop and secure them with a wire nut. If your power supply only has 3 wires, connect the grounding wire or wires along with the white wire from the cooktop to the white neutral wire in the box. With all of the wires positioned inside the junction box, replace and secure the cover. With the appliance fully reinstalled, restore power to the junction box, and the electric downdraft cooktop should be ready for use. At Repair Clinic, we make fixing things easy. Thank you for supporting the production of these videos by purchasing your parts from our website.